Hi everyone, my name is Whitney and welcome to my channel, Wild Heart Warrior. So I want to talk a little bit about why I decided to name my channel Wild Heart Warrior. And it's two parts, Wild Heart and Warrior. And the first part, Wild Heart, I heard this term the first time on a podcast called On Being with Krista Tippett, where she interviewed Brené Brown, who's somebody who has inspired me to think about things like vulnerability and shame and courage. And in this podcast, in this episode, they talked about strong back, soft front, wild heart. And I just really resonated with that and how life is really finding this balance for me. And being strong and knowing who I am and being able to set boundaries and being able to jump even when I'm afraid, but also having a soft front and being able to be vulnerable and open up when necessary, and having a wild heart. And Brené Brown describes it like this. She says, the mark of a wild heart is living out the paradox of love in our lives. It's the ability to be tough and tender, excited and scared, brave and afraid, all in the same moment. It's showing up in our vulnerability and courage, being both fierce and kind. And on top of that, for me, having a wild heart is all of those things, but also being connected to that wild part of who I am and the nature of my heart wanting to explore and to run when I feel the call to, and to run towards things that are scary or away from things that are scary in different ways, and always following, knowing that that inner guide is the wisest thing in my life, and honoring that and believing that and knowing that that is sacred. And that comes with a lot of lessons and a lot of learning along the way, and a lot of tests, I think, to kind of peel away layers of myself that I've wanted to, and that I'm calling to, and that I can process and learn and let go of in some cases, or honor in other cases. And for me, that process has really been my guiding light. And so for me, having that wild heart is like the most important thing to me. And the other part of the name warrior, when I think of a true warrior, I think of somebody noble and brave and smart and clever, and knowing when to fight or when to defend or when to protect, and standing up for yourself, and standing up for the people that you love or the people around you, and being strong enough to do that, saving energy and not wasting energy on things that are not worth it, and just being really efficient, being really strong, stable, grounded, steady. And so it's kind of like this paradox of wild heart and warrior, and strong and soft and brave and afraid and vulnerable and courageous, that I feel like really defines what I'm looking for in life, what I'm looking for in my experiences and in my learning process in every aspect of my life. And this channel is going to be about that, and also sharing that process with you, and in the hopes of inspiring you or teaching you something. And that means sharing, for me, my creative process, my knowledge about creative arts and crafts, or whatever it is I'm kind of exploring, my curiosity for different cultures and languages, and my exploration of the world in that way, as well as self-care, self-development, working on myself, being more conscious of myself and the world, as well as well-being, spirituality. These are kind of the things that are inspiring to me now, but I'm always evolving, I'm always changing. And in this channel, I hope to show up as I am in the moment and share with you what I'm going through and what I'm working on, and I hope to hear back and find inspiration from you and learn from this process. And we're just beginning a journey together, and I'm really excited about it. So join me on my journey, and I can't wait to share everything that is coming.